two of the same people. They're exactly the same when it comes to lying and manipulating. It's just that Loose Cannon will get his hands dirty and get active, whereas though Wack is pretending to be like that while manipulating other people to do these things, right? That's the difference in Loose Cannon and Wack. Wack ain't getting out there. He not gonna pull up, right? And put that thing to your head and let you know, nigga, I'll let it go. Loose Cannon will, right? But they're both liars and manipulators, right? Wack is just the liar that's only gonna manipulate the crew, and he's never gonna do nothing, right? Because he's a scary nigga. Straight up. He's a scary nigga, right? But in his mind, he's acting like he got it all figured out, and he knows how not to do certain things to not involve him in the criminal side, but he's mentally lying to himself, because if you're trying to influence people to commit criminal activity, you are the dictator. You are the orchestrator. You are the instructor, regardless, right? So you might as well go ahead and put the work in. But in Wack's mind, his mind says to him that as long as I influence other people to do things and they crash out, I can lie to the public, I can lie to the police, I can lie to any agency, federal, whatever, and say that I didn't do nothing because they did it. Even though I instructed them to do it, I can say I didn't do anything, right? Now we see now, right? Loose Cannon in the situation that he's in, right? We all see he's making sure that Wack takes the accountability whether he wants to or not. Nah, you're gonna take this accountability. Whether you want to or not, you're gonna take and you're gonna accept your part in what you did. You was the one that made this go that way, right? So if we sit here and think about this, right? Jay Reed was at the dinner, right? Loose Cannon was at the dinner, right? Wack 100 says this dinner was only between him and Mozzie and Travis Ford. So Loose Cannon and Jay Reed were, I guess, tag-alongs, right? Now let's just think about this. This whole situation ordeal over this bogus $60,000 network. This bogus $60,000, right? Bogus network. This whole ordeal was over this network, and Wack 100 and Mozzie had a contract signed without anybody else. Travis Ford's not on the contract. Jay Reed's not on the contract. Loose Cannon's not on the contract. So what was the purpose for Travis Ford to be at the dinner? Jay Reed to be at the dinner? Loose Cannon to be at the dinner? If this contract, right, was between you and Mozzie, why was these other three people involved at all? What was the purpose? Why were these other three people involved at all? What was the purpose? Huh? Come on now. Because they was all in on orchestrating the deal. right? Wack 100 instructed his authority and his, say so on going at Jay Reed, right? But it was meant for Travis Ford, right? Because Wack say, I ain't know Travis Ford like that, right? I ain't know him like that. He told Luce to handle him, right? It was a discrepancy somewhere with these numbers, right? The numbers was bogus. Dosh Network, the numbers were fabricated. Straight up. They were fabricated numbers. We see it. Wasn't right, right? The company, it's like these dudes are literally into putting fraudulent information, fufafi information about these companies that they create in order to deceive people with the deception, right? To do business. This is the scam in the business. Everybody wants to turn around and say their business is doing this and their business is doing that to get you to invest. These schemes been going on for a long time, right? If your business is doing so good, why do you need these people to be involved? You wouldn't need these people. Hold up. If the business was doing so good, right? Mozzie wouldn't need Travis Ford. He wouldn't need Wack 100. He wouldn't need Loose Cannon. And he wouldn't need Jay Reed. But obviously, right? The businesses are not doing as good as they portray, and they're trying to deceive people in order to gain revenue. And this is the game, man. It's always been the game, man. This is why you should never be eager to invest in something that somebody is trying to present to you, because most of the time it's a scam. Most of the time it's a way that they're gonna make money and you're not. This is the game. Man, we seen it. Bertie Madoff and plenty more others. We see Caesar Pina with DJ Envy. This is the game. It's manipulation to get people invested, while the person that's at the front of it, they're gonna gain. You hear what Wack says, right? The contract was signed between him and Mozzie, right? Why were y'all going to Adam to do business then? Why did y'all need Adam for business, and y'all wanted to meet at No Jumper for business if the contract was between you and Mozzie? Y'all wouldn't need Adam. But in your mind, y'all came up with a plan, right? To deceive Adam, right? Y'all came up with a plan to deceive Adam, and y'all was running game between Jay Reed, Travis Ford, Loose Cannon, but the whole goal was to get Adam involved and to deceive Adam. Because if the contract was locked and loaded, why would y'all need to go to No Jumper to discuss anything? Huh? If y'all wanted to promote it, right? Wack is on the show every single Thursday, which is today. He'll be on the show recording. Adam will be making him look like a fool even more. Same process, right? And y'all would say, all right, when you go on the show, promote Dosh Network, right? Wear the shirt, promote it, talk about it, let everybody know, go check out Dosh Network, right? But this turned into a violent attack. It turned into a violent attack that nothing came out of it but criminal activity, and people are going to go to jail from it, right? Straight up. Wack is going to have to answer to this. Straight up. He can try to call no jumper. He can try to lie. But like now that I'm like looking into it a little more, Wack is going to answer to this. And he can try to, manipulate whoever he wants to manipulate, lie to whoever, but he's going to answer to this. And I can guarantee you this, right? His name is on the paperwork as a suspect, right? No one has been charged yet, but there's still an investigation. Yeah. Wack is currently threatening people on the internet, right? Because they mentioned his name with something that he said. Not something that somebody else said, it's something that he said. He told everybody that he had business with Jay Reed. And this is even after this happened. Wack said, my business was with Jay Reed. I didn't have business with Loose Cannon. Loose Cannon wasn't on the deal. It was with Jay Reed. Loose Cannon took it upon himself to do what he did, right? And this is how, when you are a liar, right? And you just manipulate and lie, you have to keep telling lies and manipulation to keep it up. And you got to be swift on your feet, whereas though you got to tell another lie. But all the time, the next lie isn't going to add up with the old lie.